Hi there, Rick here. I'm just looking at the precious metal prices right here. Um, Gold, okay. It's up $32, okay, today, okay. Silver is up $42, okay. Right now, silver, okay, um, is at about $44 something, okay. Remember I made some previous videos, okay, just saying how the target right now is to get above $45 and up. Okay, so you can see that um we're very close to that right now. Okay, breaking the $45 mark. As soon as it breaks the $45 mark, that'll be the new floor limit, and they'll be going for $50. Okay, remember too, um, once when once when silver hits $50, I think there's going to be a lot of news articles, and a lot of people will be talking about on the internet about just saying how, well, when was the last time it was $50? And they'll start talking about the Hunt brothers, um, in the late 90s, early 80s. They tried to corner the silver market. And believe it or not, they had as much as $3 billion worth of silver. Okay. So if they sold that, you have to remember this is the late 70s, okay, maybe what, 1979. If you have $3 billion back then, I think it would be equivalent to um, maybe about $1.5 trillion in today's money. Because I still remember during that time, there was a lot of things that were just very cheap. Okay. Just to, name a few. Okay. Breakfast sausages, maybe about, what, $2.20 or $2. Okay. Right now it's around 17, $18 if you buy a pack of breakfast sausages. Um, uh, what is it? 22 kg sack of rice. I think it was about $5.99, so about $6. Okay, right now they're about $40 a sack. Okay, um, you have to remember during that time, if you walked into a grocery store with $20, you walked out with a full bag of groceries. Yeah, a full bag. Okay, so $3 billion. Wow. Um, the Hunt brothers could have done a lot with that. Okay. Um, but the the banks, okay, they changed the rules on them. They had to put more money down, okay, and they couldn't hold the positions, okay. To make a long story short, okay, it bankrupted them, okay. They got into a lot of trouble too. I think from the stock exchange for trying to, corner the silver market, okay. Um, Okay, back to the story again. Okay, you see platinum. Okay, I'll put my mouse pointer on. Okay, it's up $71, $71.83 this morning. Okay, that is a lot. Okay, just for a movement in one day. Um, have to remember this year in a 4 month period, silver moved up about $700. It was about a 50% movement. Okay, in platinum. Okay. Um, I can see platinum running out. Okay. The reason why I say that is because there's not that much platinum out there. I think there's even a lot less than silver, for example. Okay. I think even a country like China or Russia, okay, they could easily buy up um, all the silver, okay, on the London Metal Exchange, okay. Um, I actually heard that it was China that bought the London Metal Exchange. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. But I'm sure they have to pay a lot of money for it. Yeah, because remember, you're buying well, just a huge exchange, right? Um, why would Britain do something like that? You know, um, maybe because they're cash strapped. Okay, they need to raise some capital, and then they sold it to China. Okay, but even for gold, okay, gold has hit a new high. I just want to bring up another screen here. Okay, this is my MSN Money app. Okay, you can see that right there. Okay, silver right now. Okay, this is spot $44.54. Gold. Okay, that's a new high for gold, $3,808. Okay, it's up $33. Okay, copper is up a cent. Yeah, so back to silver here again. So silver, okay, well, another 52 cents or another 50 cents, it'll be to $45. Okay, and I think it'll be not long after that. It will have hit what, $50. Okay, because even yesterday I was looking at the movement of price of silver, $1.10. I'll say it again, silver moved up $1.10 yesterday. Okay, and I don't think there was much of a retraction from that $1.10 too. Okay, that movement. Okay, remember too, for the longest time I seen movements of silver 5 cents. This is, well, years ago. Okay, 5 cents, 10 cents, 15 cents. Okay, I think I hardly seen a movement of 20 cents. Okay, but 5 cents, 10 cents, 50 cents, and it was just going up, going back down. Okay, but if you were to ask me, okay, is something happening in the precious markets right now? Is something happening in the precious metals market right now these days? I would say yes. Just from seeing these huge movements, because you have to remember, if you're having movements of in silver of $1, okay, just on one day's movement, okay, yeah, you hit $50 in no time, right? Especially if there's not much retraction. Okay, like it goes up $1, then retracts 10 cents or 20 cents. Next day goes up another dollar, retracts 25 cents. Okay, and then the next day, okay, goes up another dollar. Okay, and so a retraction of 15 cents. Okay, so you see what I'm trying to say, right? The pullbacks are very little, and the jumps are huge. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised the next time I'm making another video like this. Okay, silver would have reached $50. Okay, whoever bought it early, okay, at its low, okay, and bought a lot of it, okay, is probably, well, feeling pretty good about their investment right now, right? Because they should have made quite a bit of money. Okay, because if they went, to sell it, back to a precious metals dealer, okay, they wouldn't give you the same amount of what you bought it for. Okay, they right now, yeah, they would give you probably what, $10 extra for every ounce that you bought. Still, that's not that much. Okay, because you have to remember, you cash in what, 10 ounces, they're only gonna give you $100 extra, right? It'd probably be smarter just to hang on to it, especially when a lot of economists out there are talking about, triple digit silver, so $100. So you know, you trade it in, right? You're not getting uh you know, $10 each on now, right? You're getting close to um $60, 60, $70 for every ounce that you own. So what, 4 ounces, you know, it's over what, 200 Canadian dollars right there. Maybe about 240 Canadian dollars you trade in 4 ounces. You know, you go out and you spend what, 240 Canadian dollars, you should be able to buy um quite a bit of stuff, right?